I welcome you all for this session. In the previous class, we had discussed about the functions of human resource management, where the functions were classified into managerial functions and operative functions. Yes, in this session, let us discuss something about the systems approach to human resource management. What is a system? Say system, it is an interrelated set of elements when functioned together is called as a system. Now, let us consider the example of a refrigerator. Say in order to run the refrigerator, we need different components. When we compile all the components together, then only the refrigerator will work. Say even for example, the car, the spare parts, all the spare parts will be collected, manufactured by different, it could be one company or from other subsidiary companies, and if when we collect all the components and we manufacture a car and give it to the customers. And even say the best or the simple example is an orchestra. Say all the system sound should be coordinated and a person has to sing according to that sound and the music. Okay. So, when it is an orchestra, everything has to be synced. So, in a system, when everything functions systematically and when we coordinate, then we can say it is a system. Now, when we consider management, say when organization is a system, HRM will be its subsystem. Like all other functions, HRM is also one of the function of this management. But when we consider, if we consider HRM itself as a system, okay. So, when HRM is considered as a major system, all other components like recruitment, selection, training and development, performance appraisal, all other functions becomes the subsystems of human resource management. So, now we could conclude it as it is a system which transforms employees into productive human resources. Okay. And there is a process involved in systems approach of human resource management. Like say normally the process will be in any organization will be having input, process which leads to output. Say what is the input? Input is the raw material. When we give the raw material and when some production process happens, then only we get the finished product and we call it as an output. Okay, now let us consider the human resource management and let us see this input, process and output that is applicable to the human resource. Say input, say human resource management, we consider input as the human resource. Say human resource as a resource we are considering. Say if we say a company, say for example Infosys is making profit, it is not the company making profit, it is the people who is helping the company to make profit. Okay. So, the only Indian tech firm to value its intangible asset. Infosys has valued each of its 1,30,000 employees based on their earning potentials till their retirement. That means to say Infosys is considering the resources, the human resources till their retirement, from the day of entry till the day of retirement, they are considering it as intangible assets. Okay. So, intangible assets are non-monetary assets that are created through time and effort like brand value, intellectual property and human capital. While Infosys started this practice in 1996, other companies that have done this in the past include BEL, okay. So, BHEL, that is Bharat Heavy Electricals and Steel Authority of India and Satyam Computers. So, all these companies have given more importance to human resource, okay, and they considered human resource as their input. And the next thing is the process. Again this process could be classified into acquisition, development and motivation. When it is acquisition, this is the major part, as we discussed in the previous sessions also. I had told you that well begun is half done. So, the HR manager has to spend so much of time on recruitment and selection, placement and socialization. Okay. So, when we hire people, when we select them, this is acquisition, this is the first stage of process. Okay. So, process, here we are not making the production, like we are utilizing the human resource, we are talking from the perspective of the employees. Okay. So, recruitment and selection, it is the duty of the concerned HR manager and his team to acquire, I mean to select, to recruit and select the best talent and placing them wherever it is required. It could be any department, not just to the HR department, it could be for the marketing department, it could be the R&D department, it could be the production department, it could be the other branches, say whatever. Okay. So, acquisition happens here. Once acquisition happened, once we employed, once we selected the candidates, now they become the employees, and now we are with the development functions. Okay. So, development process, I could say. So, in order to develop the capabilities, the skills and knowledge of the employees, we undergo training and development of employees. And again, this training could be on the job training or off the job training. There are several methods of training which we will discuss in the upcoming modules, and development, it is normally for the managerial management cadre. Okay. So, process is again, okay, first stage is acquisition, where we hire the employees. Next, after hiring the employees, what we do is we develop them, we develop their skills. In order to enhance the skills, we take them for training and development, and it is not over. Then the part of motivation takes place. Say motivation is performance evaluation and right compensation. Say performance evaluation, normally in the exams, say you all have attending the classes, at the end of the semester you have an exam. For what purpose? In order to evaluate the performance, in order to promote to the next cadre or to the next semester, you will be having the exams. Same way in the organization, for the employees, the performance evaluation will be done based on that, the promotions, separations, transfers, demotions will happen in the organization. A right compensation, which is very important for all of us, because if the employer does not pay us well, we will not be working for him or will not be working for the organization. Therefore, what is expected by each and every employee is the right compensation. Say compensation is nothing but the salary or the reward that is given to an employee for his job done to the organization. And right compensation, what is right compensation? Say right person on the right job at the right time in the right place with the right compensation you can add. So, if you pay the employee the right compensation, he or she will be happily working for you. So, process takes place. Say here we are not making the production in the normal organization, production process happens. Now, when it is regarded to the human resource management, process comprises of acquisition, development and motivation, where in acquisition we have recruitment and selection, placement and socialization. In the next it leads to development. In development we have training and development, and motivation we have performance evaluation as well as the right compensation. Now, we have seen the input. Input is nothing but the human resource. Now, we know the process. What is the output? Let us see. Output will be in terms of productivity, readiness to change and employee satisfaction. In the organization, output is the finished product, and when it is related to the human resource, it is the productivity. So, it is the ratio of input and output, how much and how will the amount of work is being produced by every employee, which is very important. We are not just considering the team, we are considering the each and every individual employees, and productivity can be increased by capital investment, innovation, learning and motivation to introduce new technology. Say technology, it keeps changing, and it is us, the employees, the human beings, we need to change ourselves with the technology. We need to update ourselves with the technology, and we need to change according to the change, otherwise the change will change us. Okay. And readiness to change, that is what I said. Ability to adjust in the dynamic environment, which ensures that employees can tackle the change that occurs in the organizational environment. See, future is unpredictable. We cannot predict what would happen. Say COVID, we were not prepared for COVID. We did not know what, like there would be a thing called COVID that changed entire society. Now people have stopped saving and they have started enjoying their life. They have started to live in the present than in the future. So, readiness to change and employee satisfaction. So, it is the employee attitude towards job and desire of commitment. Say output is productivity, readiness to change and employee satisfaction. Okay. So, this is all about the systems approach to human resource management. Let us end this session here. Thank you all.